So here's three stocks that just got a strong buy rating. Let's start with Target Corporation, right? I love Target. I've been there many times over the years. Even though e-commerce and overall the retail market is suffering in this climate, Target is pushing records and it has gotten an upgrade in its status by a lot of analysts. It's sitting at 233. Its target price is 280. Now yesterday, as soon as this kind of news initially came out with a few different groups and analysts, we had it jump 9% on that news. So after the 9%, I held back. I didn't jump in. I haven't jumped in yet. Today, it was up 2% pre-market, still sitting around 2.7%. I still think it'll do really well on the days when overall the S&P 500 and the retail sector is doing well. Target's probably going to be a leader in that sector because of these ratings. Now, the target price doesn't give a lot of room. I mean, from 233 to 280. That's a pretty good 30, 40, 30, 35% increase. And a lot of these, when they get a strong buy, you are going to see it go past that target price. That's usually kind of a conservative estimate, if you want to call it that. Another one is Sprouts Farmers Market, right? This is a chain of grocery stores that started out of Arizona. I used to go when I lived in Phoenix years ago. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Trader Joe's. Is kind of a more wholesome, a little bit pricier, but they really care more and more selective about the products that they carry. They do a lot of stuff in-house. I used to go there all the time for their rice pudding, but I would love rice pudding, right? Well, I don't eat it as much anymore. But anyway, I talked about this stock months ago. It's like I really think it's been performing really well. It's up like 50% for the year. And I saw this trend continuing, so I started talking about it. And then here we go. Just the past day or 24 hours, the rating has changed to strong buy in a lot of indicators. So that's good, right? Because it was one of my picks, so I feel like good about it. Another one is, VLO. VLO didn't get a strong buy. Actually, VLO got downgraded. This is an energy. I don't know, you guys probably know this. You see it everywhere, the gas stations. Well, they're an energy refiner, right? So when oil prices keep inching higher, VLO is one of those that benefits from that. But even on days when it kind of scales back, VLO has still been performing really well. Up a ton for the year, right? But for one reason or another, it's past its target. The target was around $103, and now we're sitting at $104. So it was downgraded from a strong buy to just a buy. That doesn't mean that it's not going to perform better and it's going to keep going higher. Of course, probably will. But it's just been reduced a little bit. And its place, if you're still trying to play that oil sector, right? ConocoPhillips today just got a strong buy rating. They actually are more in the exploration, right? And whatever you call that, you get the oil, right? Drilling, whatever. But they also do other types of energy. And they have a gas station, ConocoPhillips, you know the one. Anyway, so this one is sitting at 102. The, price target's at 108, so I don't really know what's going on, but there's some internal things and performances that go beyond my comprehension, right? With all these bankers and people that are doing these ratings, and they think it's going to go much higher, and they just changed the rating from a buy to a strong buy. So if you're playing in the oil sector, like I said, you may want to swap out that VLO for the ConocoPhillips. Just a thought. Now, another two that I always watch is Shopify and Square. Square is doing even more with cryptocurrency trading. Shopify has gone down 60% from all-time high during the pandemic. There is a lot of potential there. Now, the rating systems is still having these on a hold. Now, Square is at 126 and the target is 222. I mean, look at that crazy upside. That's double up. Shopify is at 615, the 1 to 3 month. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these target prices are 1 to 3 months, right? So it's pretty short term. But the target price is from 615 is $1,200. So I don't know why these are still on hold. I think it's one of those things that's going to change it when the more banks get behind it, I guess, and change their internal ranking or whatever you want to call it, valuation for these stocks, and then it's going to go back up. But these, target prices are given by analysts, so it's just a matter of when tech is going to start flowing in the opposite direction. And a lot of people are hesitant to give that a strong buy because they know that it could push back, it could fall back another 20% within just a couple of weeks. So I usually play on those. Want a prediction? Like I said, today is what, Friday. My prediction, Monday is going to be extremely good day for tech, specifically for Square and Shopify. So on days like that where Square and Shopify have really strong pre-market, we're talking like 1 to 2%, and I see the oil's down, I usually will buy into tech and then I'll close out of tech by the end of the day. I did this past Monday. I took like a 10% increase just in the day, and then I sold back into VLO, and I'll probably continue doing this, but I'll replace that with ConocoPhillips and maybe even get into some Target. Again, you know, Target's gonna fall with S&P 500, which is, again, all these are kind of tied to oil prices, so that's why I kind of like ConocoPhillips, the VLO, to kind of offset that. If you asked me, if you put a gun to my back and said you guys pick between Square and Shopify, that would be really tough. Very, very tough, because Shopify seems to have more volatility than Square. I mean, I'm watching these for years. Every time Shopify goes down, I mean, it'll drop 8%. Square is dropping 5%. So unless Square has some sort of news hit, it usually is less volatile, which is kind of a positive thing. But Shopify is like a whole ecosystem, right? Square also is doing like hosting your own website and payment processing and getting into crypto. But Shopify is huge. I mean, everybody's using Shopify. It's more kind of a novice entry level to hosting your website. They have their own payment platform that they partnered with, Stripe. They also are getting more into crypto and supporting that side of the industry. And I heard recently the payment processor with Shop will be able to be used outside of Shopify. So tremendous opportunity there with e-commerce. We just need to see more money flow into tech. And when that tide changes, these are going to be strong buys. So it's better to get in sooner than later. I just don't want to sit it there when you have one day of the week where it's positive and then the other 4 are negative. So I'm not going to just watch my money dwindle away in tech, you know. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thank you guys for watching the video. And, you know, I'm going to keep covering some of these with crypto and with stocks, whatever switches over to buys, strong buys, and we're going to follow those through. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, buy red and sell green.